So I've been having a ton of fun with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and I want to show you guys one of my favorite weapons, which I think is a hidden gem in the game here in this video. If you guys do enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. We got a bunch of Modern Warfare 2 content as well as everything else gaming for you guys here on the channel. Also, if you're playing the beta, let me know what you think about it so far. I see a lot of people who normally rip hard on COD saying that they're actually having a blast. So this might be a very good, solid experience at launch with a few tweaks. I think it has a lot of potential. Anyways, we're gonna jump into this. So the gun, I've played with a few different guns, right? So obviously you got your M4, which we're not talking about the M4 in this video, surprisingly, because it is a staple. But the one that I like, I don't normally like this kind of weapon because I just don't like the way it fires usually. But this gun is different, and I'm really hoping they don't nerf it. I don't really think it's overpowered. I mean, maybe compared to other guns, I don't know. I guess time will tell, but it's a pretty good gun, but it's single fire, so it doesn't shoot, like triple burst, or it doesn't shoot, full automatic or anything like that. It's a single fire. You pull the trigger once, it shoots one bullet. So for those here on the channel that are like, let's say, Destiny fans, it's like a scout rifle, right? Or if you've played past Call of Duties, like Vanguard, for example, would be more like I don't know, like an M14 or something like that, right? So that's what this gun is. Now, what's the gun called? It is the F-TAC Recon. So if we go into Gunsmith, basically I have a few different attachments set up as of right now. Now, I'm not saying this is the best setup, and again, this is as of the beta. Everything is subject to change, but this is my current setup, and I think it's pretty good. Now, there's a few things that I could tweak out, or sort of not tweak out, but like, I guess, tweak and change out. But right now I got the 419 millimeter EXF barrel. This gives me a higher damage range, as well as hip fire accuracy and bullet velocity. I was kind of more looking at the damage range for this one. It does slow down my aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. There's a couple different ones that I tried. I think I tried, if I remember correctly, I think it was maybe, goodness, I can't remember which one it was now. I was using a different one, and it was pretty solid, but I ended up switching it out. For the underbarrel, I am using the... what is this? The FSS Sharkfin 90. It's the only one that's actually available, so that's why I'm using it. It gives me aiming idle stability. It's whatever. This gun by default has 10 rounds in a mag, so I opted for the 15 round mag. Gives me a few more shots before I have to reload. It does give a little bit more weight to the gun though, so things like movement speed, sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and reload quickness is going to be, obviously it's going to take a little bit of a hit. Again, if you're fine with the 10 round mag, I was just kind of trying it out. I used the 10 round mag for a while, but I was finding that, a few more bullets would be nice. That's why I did that. Of course, the receiver is just the, this one right here, the rec, right? The F-TAC Recon receiver, of course. The grip is the X10 grip. This gives me a little bit more quickly, kind of sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, because I'm a rusher, but I do like to also sit a little bit. So I kind of try to cater this gun towards, still kind of like a rushing gameplay style, but also one that I can kind of sit back a little bit if I wanted to, hence the increased damage range, right? You'd probably be best choosing one play style or the other, whether you're going to sit back more and kind of play it more campy, or whether you're going to, engage and run around a lot more. But I kind of play it like, kind of hybrid, if you will. But there's a couple different grips that you can throw on. One of them is still locked at the time of recording this. Again, this is beta right now. Maybe you're watching this and the full game's out. Maybe the gun is no longer any good, or maybe it's even better. Who knows? So we got the Ordnance Ravage 8 for the stock here. And this one basically gives me a little bit faster movement. Again, trying to counter the less movement with that heavier magazine that I have. A little bit less recoil control, but it hasn't been too bad. Again, you can opt for this one too. It'll kind of take a nick on your accuracy though, which I did not want. So I kind of went for that one there. So that's kind of my setup. You could set up an optic. I found like the iron sights in this game aren't the greatest in my opinion. So I'm not really liking the iron sights too much, but for the most part, it's doable. Again, you could opt in for an optic, but I would have preferred something like a red dot, but there's no red dots unlocked at the time of recording this, and you're not able to unlock them, I've pretty much maxed out the gun. It says level 22 out of 23. I for some reason, again, at the time of recording this, it's still, you know, we're just the morning of day 2 beta. And, you know, it's not letting me rank it up any further. So I guess 22 is kind of the max as of right now. We've noticed as, you know, you can go up to 23. So I've unlocked pretty much everything I could unlock. Of course, you also have muzzles you can throw on there too. You know, there's like a Shred CP90 compensator that'll give you better recoil control. There's, like a forged hack dreadnought, but you know, it's gonna take a nick on your aiming stability and your aim down sight speed and your damage range. It's not something I'm really willing to do. And then of course you have the Demon Helix T7, which what that would do is it, you know, muzzle flash, concealment, recoil stability, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Stabilization, and then gun kick control, but it's going to take a nick off your aim down sight speed and aiming stability. So again, there's a bunch of other attachments. I mean, there's tons of muzzles and tons of other attachments, but they're just not unlockable in the beta, at least as of right now. So like I said, we can, you know, there's going to be so many options to creating guns, guys, when we kind of go down, you know, as the game progresses and things, people are going to find like some crazy combinations, because Gunsmith 2.0 is really honestly impressive. It is just super impressive. But as far as this gun goes, I mean, like I said, man, I've been having a ton of fun using it. I've had a hard time kind of, you know, going to try to use some of the other guns. I'm trying to use a variety of different things, but I'm so attached to this gun because it just packs a punch, man. It hits hard, and if you get like headshots, you can one-shot kill people oftentimes. So if you got really good accuracy, this gun can really shred. I mean, you could just be popping heads off left and right. Because again, depending on where you hit on the person, there's different damage, right? So again, headshots are going to give you more, more damage against the enemy player. So if you're hitting those headshots, you know, depending on what range you're at from, you know, as well. Like if you're a little further range, it might be 2 shots to the head, right? But if you're closer range, I mean, you just pop them once in the head, boom, dead. As opposed to body shot might take 2 or 3 shots. Normally, just out of force of habit, I always pull the trigger for like 2-3 times. You know, I just kind of, I end up wasting a few bullets, but you kind of make sure that, you know, your kill's confirmed, if you will. And that's just kind of what I do out of habit. So I always pop 2 to 3 shots. I find that if I just pop 2 and I kind of like let myself relax on the third one, that sometimes it's not enough and then I end up losing the fight. So I'd rather just waste an extra bullet just in case. In the moment, you know, and I mean, if you got extremely fast reflexes, then, you know, you could kind of think it through in a split second kind of manner. But for me, I just, you know, 2-3 shots, okay, boom, dead, move on to the next target. That's why I like to have the magazine that has 15 rounds in it. Now, if you're really confident and, you know that, okay, almost every single kill is like, you know, 1 or 2 shots to the head, you can hit those 9 times out of 10. Like I said, you can make do without that, you know, extra, you know, larger magazine. And I mean, technically, like I said, for my playstyle, I could make do. I could go ahead and just use, you know, the normal sort of, you know, I guess stock magazine. But for me, it's like, hey, you know, I've played around with some of the different kind of attachments that are available in the beta as of right now, and I thought this was a pretty good setup. I landed on this setup. I was pretty comfortable with it. I was like, you know what? Let's just roll with it. But I also keep, with my perk package, I have overkill, so I keep a shotgun as a secondary. I don't use it a lot, but there's certain instances, like on farm, if you're playing domination on farm with the B flag in the middle, where it's kind of like in that little kind of like warehouse or, you know, kind of shooting range or, you know, whatever you call it, that little section on B flag. In there, the shotgun is just a beast, man, because it's so close range. So oftentimes in there, I'll switch out to the shotgun, I'll run around, I'll just like blow people up, I'll peek out the doorways and switch over to my F-tac and just kind of hit people longer range. And so I think it's a good combination to have the F-tac that's a little bit longer range, and then if you have overkill and you have a shotgun as your secondary for, you know, the super close quarter combat kind of, you know, fights and things like that, I think it works really well. So that's just kind of my opinion, though. That's the gun that I've been using. Again, I think it's a hidden gem. I think people are starting to realize it more because, Day one in the beta, I've barely seen anyone using it. Recorded a little bit of gameplay and played a little bit of a few games before recording this video this morning on day two, and I've noticed there's a few more people using this gun now. So I think it's starting to catch on. I think people are starting to get it. So if you haven't tried it out yet, go try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think of it. And maybe it's not a gun that you're gonna specifically like personally, but maybe you'll love it. If you don't, or if you do, either way, let me know in the comments and let me know what gun you are gravitating towards. Personally, like I said, the M4 is kind of a given. It's a really good gun, but I think the F-TAC Recon is a nice little hidden gem, especially if you're someone like me who doesn't usually like that single fire weapon. I think it works really, really well, and I've really enjoyed my time with it so far. So again, loving the beta, man. There's a lot of good stuff. If you have any feedback for Infinity Ward, hop onto that Reddit. Keep things civil, be respectful, but give your constructive criticism and feedback, and hopefully they'll take all the considerations or all the feedback into consideration and tweak things for launch. So let me know how you guys are enjoying it. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys soon in another one. Tell them your friends. Game on, and thanks for watching.